Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. You know, I almost didn't wake up. I stayed up too late, which sometimes I do, but I hadn't done it lately, which was interesting. I'd been very stringent. I'm like, no, I can't keep staying up all night. I gotta make myself go to bed. So that's what I've been doing. But last night I stayed up until like 1. I was like, oh crap, I need to go to bed. And usually I have something wake me up in the morning, like a massive crash or a giant hammer being smacked up against something, or a police siren, or, you know. When I initially moved to where I am, that was one of the selling points. They were like, oh dude, it's really quiet here in this neighborhood. You know, nobody really bothers anybody, you know, nobody comes home late, or, you know, that was the selling point. It was quiet. And I like quiet, because under this veneer of card gaming genius, I generally like to just kind of sit back and listen to some quiet music and read some books. Seriously, I could spend all day reading. But I can't really do that, because I'm the kind of person that likes it. When I read, I like for it to be at least mostly quiet. I understand that in life, and if you live in a city like I do, there's going to be some noise. There's going to be a bit of traffic here, people walking up some stairs, that kind of stuff, people having cars. I get that. But man, over the last like 2-3 weeks, it has been absolutely insanely loud. I didn't even know, we weren't made aware of this, but in the apartment next to me, and I've mentioned this on some of my other shows, in the apartment next to me, they're redoing every single apartment, like in the apartment buildings. Like in the building that I'm in, there are 8 apartments, and then like catty corner to me is a building similar to mine, and then next door to me, we're kind of like in a weird circle. It's kind of strange. There's a building where the apartments are bigger. They're 2-bedroom apartments, and there's only 4 apartments in there. Well, they're redoing the interior of all those apartments. And what I mean by they're changing out the carpet, they're changing out some of the walls. Apparently there was some wall issue going on over there. I don't know. They're redoing the cabinets, everything. And holy crap, has it been loud. And you got to imagine, you know, I mean, that's when you redo the interior of an apartment, it's not a fast job. It's not. It takes time. And it takes a pretty good-sized crew to get it done within a reasonable amount of time. The only problem is the crew that they hired to do each apartment is 2 people. That's it. It's 2 people. It's one guy and then his understudy. So if they're not smashing or doing destruction work, which is basically just tearing up the walls and stuff and then taking it and throwing it away, you have the master craftsman yelling at his apprentice half the time. And I know the apprentice's name. His name is Joe. Why? Because I hear it probably about 45 times a day at minimum. Joe! 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 And he yells. And the apprentice, he's got this thing where he has to take a break like every 30 minutes. So he'll go and you'll hear them hammering away, doing work and all that. And then suddenly you hear somebody just outside my apartment, and it sounds like they're on the phone. And it's like somebody's just walking around outside my apartment, talking to somebody on the phone. Or just kind of, you can hear them pacing back and forth. And then suddenly after like 5-10 minutes of that, Joe! Joe! He calls him back in. Because he keeps taking off on him. And I'm just like, Jesus, dude, just get in there and get the work done already, man. You're going to have to do it. Just do it. Oh, man. It's just been... I can't stand... I sincerely hope they're going to be done soon, because this is just... I can't stand it anymore. It's so freaking loud, man. It's been so loud, in fact, that I've actually been leaving my apartment more, which I guess is a good thing. Well, at least you're leaving your apartment. I leave it fairly often, at least once a week. But other than that, I don't really have any reason to leave. But anyways, yeah. That's why I didn't wake up, because it's Sunday and it's surprisingly quiet here. But not only that, I've also got my downstairs neighbor who's a bit loud at times. Whenever they come home, I think I've mentioned to them, whenever they come home from work or leave to go to work or wherever they're doing, they like to Hulk smash their door. So, and I don't know if you've ever had friends or roommates or whatever, or a significant other that just doesn't have any, they don't have any way of really understanding that when they slam a door or when they stomp their way up a flight of stairs that they're being loud. They're just not self-aware in that way. And I think that's how my neighbor is. It's not that they don't know that there are other people living in the building. It's just that either one, they're just not self-aware of what they're doing, or they just don't care. I don't know. One or the other. Oh, man. Anyways, enough about my complaining. It is now Sunday morning at, what is it, 11 o'clock yet? Is it about 11? I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, 11:04. Oh, man. And I got a package that's on the way. A package to be delivered today, which I'm actually kind of excited about. And when I tell you all what it is, you all are going to be, what? Seriously, that's going to be your reaction. I've got a Vesa mount coming. That's 2 words. Vesa mount. And y'all are like, oh, you said mount. Huh? No, but seriously, it's a Vesa mount. And for those of you who don't know what a Vesa mount is, sometimes instead of actually sitting your monitor, like your computer monitor, on a desk so that you can use it, you could hook it up to the wall, or you could hook it up to like these arms so that you can kind of move the computer screen in and out of the way. So it basically kind of, it basically floats in the air in a sense. It doesn't really float, but it's so that you don't have to worry about it sitting directly on your desk. It just, you put it on this arm, it attaches from the back, and then you can adjust it any way you want to. You can adjust it up, down, left, right, in and out, all that stuff. And I've been waiting for this thing for a little while, and it's supposed to arrive today. So I'm very excited about my Vesa mount. And y'all are like, wow, man, you get excited over weird things, man. Dude, something as simple as getting my computer monitor off of my desk. Ugh, amazing. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. Because I bought this, it's like, have you all seen like dual monitor setups? On some of those setups, instead of them having the monitors sitting right on the desk, they will actually put them on these actuator arms. And so they can move the monitors as they like. Well, I got that actuator arm. It's for 2 monitors. My first monitor worked beautifully. My second monitor, of course, it has to be some weird, odd, strange, sort of uncommon attachment. It's not standard Vesa, so I have to order an adapter. And that's why it's taken so long, because it's not, the monitor I have is actually, I think it's fairly common, but most people who get this monitor don't use it on these types of actuator arms. They just let it sit on their desk and that's it. So to get that mount took a little time. And not only that, it was actually kind of expensive. This is just a piece of metal, mind you. That's all it is an adapter. A piece of metal. $30. $30 for this thing. You know how much my actuator arms cost? $35. So that kind of gives you an idea of how inflated that price is. Yeah, with the little thing that I clamp onto my desk and then use to elevate my monitors was only $35. But the adapter, because of my non-conforming monitor, was $30, which is just Ridiculous. Anyways, what are we doing today, man? Are we doing a duel room? Are we just going to go in here and smash each other in the face with cards? What are we doing? I'm not really sure what we're doing. Here, I'll open a duel room, I guess, because why not? Duel room. And again, if you all like, feel free to share the stream with your buddies, be it on Twitter or in their Discord servers, if they allow it. Yeah, we can play some Uno. All right, we're turning off Duel Links. You heard it. You heard it first. You heard it from Bluscabar. Bluscabar said Uno, so we got to play Uno. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody from Duel Links. We're playing I gotta turn it off now, man. I'm not kidding. We're playing Uno. It's all Bluscabar's fault. Callum, you're in gold. What happened to platinum? The reset happened. Yeah, the season restarted, I think, on the 28th. And I haven't played ranked. And I don't really want to play ranked either. I'm burned out from that. I'm kidding. I'm restarting the game. Hold on. But yeah, I got so burned out from the last KC Cup that when I went and started doing ranked again, I was just like, God, I really don't want to do this. And so I just stopped and I just left it there. So I didn't play a ton of ranked after the KC Cup. And so since it just sat there, we had a reset, and there you go. That's why I'm back down to gold now. I didn't even try for COG because I pushed so hard for level 20 in the KC Cup. I was like, I'm not even going to mess with that. Yeah, I didn't even try. I did not even try. I actually, it dipped me back down to Platinum 4 like it's supposed to after your COG. And then I was so burned out that I tried playing ranked a little bit, but I was so burned out that I kept screwing up and making mistakes, and I was like, and I kept losing. So, of course, as you lose, you get down ranked. And eventually I was like, screw this. I don't want to do this anymore. And on top of that, the only thing I was running into were Kowalki and Ancient Gear decks the entire time. So I was like, this isn't fun. And as I've said before, if it's not fun anymore, then what's the point in doing it? So taking a break from it, from ranked at least. Let's see. Oh, what's in here? Oh, that's right. I'm already full of the extra cards. Okay. I guess we'll go in the room. Too many metas in there. Yeah, it's kind of insane. Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with meta. Because, I mean, when you think of it, meta is not a defined deck. All meta basically says is that these are the deck types that are dominant right now. That's all that meta is. But it just so happens that the meta has a lot of one-turn kill decks right now. And to me, that's not fun. I've actually talked about it quite a bit. As far as remember when I built the Kowalki deck because I have all the cards and I built it and I beat Dre twice when the second turn, and I was like, screw it, I'm not playing that deck. That's so dumb. I'm not going to do that because it wasn't fun. There's no fun in that, man. Again, one of the reasons why I think some resource-based trading card games are actually better. Because in resource-based games, you're not going to lose by turn 2 or 3. You're just not. Based on the limitations of the design itself, you're not going to. You're simply not going to lose. There's no way. And also, another thing that I like about some of the resource-based games like Magic the Gathering, for those of you who don't play Magic the Gathering, this is going to seem a little foreign to you. But in MTG, they use a block system. And what I mean by block system is that the current season in which you play competitively, the cards that you are allowed to use are based on the current blocks. And what will happen is they'll bring out, say for instance, a new season of Magic the Gathering starts. What they generally do, and I hope I'm getting this right, it's been a little while since I've played in an actual game store, but I'm pretty sure this is still the same way they do it, is they release what they refer to as the core set. And the core set is released every 2 years when a new, I guess, season or new whatever starts. And the core set contains mostly reprints. Basically, they're saying, okay, these are the cards that are older, but we are going to allow you to continue to use them. So not only can you use the actual card from the core set, but any previous printings of that same card, from older sets can be used, because it's essentially the same card. It's just been reprinted, that's it. And then what will happen is you get your core set, and then from there you get a new block set or a base set, which includes a fairly large new set of cards that are not, that in most cases they have not been previously released. They're all new cards. And then from there you have your big base set, and then you get two smaller sets that go with that block. So essentially you got your core set, you've got a base set, and then two smaller sets. That base set and those two smaller sets are what is known as a block. And the way Magic the Gathering does it is you are allowed to use all cards from the most recent core set plus any cards from the current or previous block. Meaning you can use cards from up to 2 blocks plus the core set plus any time or any special edition sets that may come between that time period. So essentially any cards that are more than 2 years old, there's a big chance you're not going to be allowed to use them. And the good thing about that is that it forces people out of their comfort zones, and it forces a change in the meta. So even though they don't technically ban the card, since it is now considered, I forget what the exact wording they use, but since it's from a now older set and has not been reprinted, you are now no longer allowed to use it in modern, the modern standard. Now, of course, there are classic versions of Magic the Gathering where you can use all the old cards, but that's a whole different thing. But modern, as it is right now, that's what they do. That's why Magic the Gathering is able to keep the meta at least somewhat fresh, because there's always a nice swath of new cards that come out. And a lot of old cards, which some people may argue are kind of broken, they get pushed out. And so you can't use those until they possibly get reprinted at some point in the future, which can happen, but sometimes they don't. But anyways, that's kind of one of the big things that I really like about Magic the Gathering, is because they do this blocking. That again, it forces cards out of the game. I like that because it changes things up, and also it doesn't, because those things are happening, because cards are constantly being cycled in and out. The chances of you ending up with a card combination that will lead to things like massive abuse or cycling or anything like that is far less likely, unless an old card is reprinted, etc. But yeah, I just think that's kind of neat. And also, just based on how Magic the Gathering is designed. Again, if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, you know it's resource based. It's like, when you go your first turn, basically you play a land card, and then if you have a card in your hand that only costs 1 resource, you can then, tap your land, play your card, and then end your turn. That sort of thing. So yeah, it takes time for that stuff to go through. I just realized I'm playing Duel. It's like, oh, I'm dueling. It's just kind of on autopilot there for a minute. I don't even remember what cards I have here. Ah, okay. What does this thing do? Interesting. Well, I guess we're just gonna wait. Are you sure you want to play that card? Oh, okay, it's a different card. Yeah, Grug forgot to change out from the meta deck, so yeah. They have switched though. No, that's what I said, Grug. You changed. Don't worry, guy. I've changed. Come on, guy. I can't do a good Saddam Hussein impression. Do you know that there are people that are probably watching this shit that have no idea who Saddam Hussein is? That's a little weird. And by doing a voice of Saddam Hussein, I don't mean his actual voice. I mean the voice that people parodied him over. You're trying to get Blue Eyes Ultimate. You have bought 200 decks? Why in the world are you buying 200 decks? Are dinos considered meta? No. They're not on the meta list, Blaskabar. We went over the... Oh, that's right. I don't think Blaskabar was actually watching the stream when we were discussing meta. But no, it's not considered meta right now. Let's see. Okay. We'll let that go. Because why not? You better do it now. Yep. I was like, you better do that one now, dude. Oh, atomic packs. How is okay? First of all, atomic. It's not possible to buy 200 packs and not get the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Even if you had the absolute worst luck in the world, after 200 packs, you would get it. You'd still get it because it's guaranteed. So I don't understand how that. I mean, were you just being a bit facetious there and just be like, oh well, I didn't really mean that I was getting that many, but. No, there it is. Okay, if you buy 200 packs from that one particular box that has Blue Eyes Ultimate, you are guaranteed to get it. It's mathematically impossible to not get it unless you got a certain amount into the box and then you reset, which you should not have done if you hadn't gotten the card you wanted yet. But yeah, like I was saying, because you say you bought 200 packs. The box itself is 200 packs. So like I said, even if you had the worst luck in the world and you got it on your very last pack, on your 200th pack, you would have still gotten it. Atomic is like, oh. He's like, oh, okay. I get it now. You have bought one. Shut up, Atomic. I bought 299 and then I refreshed it. Richard Nixon, man. What a criminal crook that guy was. Interesting factoid. Obviously, most of you know my actual name is Richard, which is what I prefer. I don't know why you guys keep calling me Slimward. Slimward is a brand, not a person. But I almost was not named Richard because after the whole thing happened with Richard Nixon, the popularity of the name Richard dropped precipitously. For like the next 20 years after it happened, nobody wanted to name their kid Richard. And so for a time, my mother even told me, she's like, yeah, for a time we didn't know if we were going to name you Richard or not. I was like, oh. Well, I don't mind the name. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The same thing with my sister, though. They weren't going to give her name either, but for a different reason, for a completely different reason. My father was just being a weirdo, and he was like, no, we're going to name her this. And he got his way. So that's how she ended up with her name. Yeah, he was just holding on for dear life there the entire time. Good duel, though, sir. Yeah, Arrow Mage can be very strong still, obviously. Here, I'll tell you what. In the spirit of... Oh, God. What do you mean, signal? Get out of here. In the spirit of Tyranno Hasselberry's event, I'll actually switch over to an old Dino deck that I have. It's not a good Dino deck, but it's a Dino deck. So we'll do that. Let me switch over. And then I'll play that for a couple of turns or a couple of matches, and then, we'll switch to something else. But here, I'll switch to an old Dino deck I have on Rex. And it's not strictly... I mean, for the most part, it's a Dino deck. I think there's a couple of cards in there that aren't Dinos. Let's see what we got here. Blascabar and Blaze are dueling. And Atomic Gil. Come on, you gotta say that with me. Atomic Gil. Not gonna say it with me, man? Come on. Come on, man. Live a little. Atomic Gil. I'm trying to add a little vibrato in there to make it a little different, but I'm not doing very well. I can barely hear my game. Let me turn it up a little bit. There. I don't trust that account. Any account that says rookie 1, I don't trust. Who's being ignored? Who is ignoring you? Me? How am I ignoring you? Noble Knights. Ugh. I dislike Noble Knights. They aren't very noble at all. Okay, I'm not playing this deck. Sorry. I'm not going to play that deck. I hate that deck so much. Sorry. I'm just not going to do it. Maybe next time, buddy. I'm not playing that deck. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Well, I'm trying to duel you now, man, and nothing's happening. Come on, where are you, man? Let's go. Atomic's like, oh. Life point boost A. Ugh, I'm going first this time. The weird thing is I know that some people who are watching the stream that are also in the duel room, what they'll do, to be at least a bit fair, is they'll minimize the stream so they don't see what I'm doing. But at the same time, I have a tendency to announce the plays that I'm making at times. And so, like if I draw a particular card, I'll be like, "Oh, I drew," and since they can still hear the stream but not necessarily see it, so they have an idea of what's going on. I don't even. I thought Rex. I think Rex. I thought you just unlocked him just by leveling, or just by moving up in stage. It's been that long since I've unlocked Rex. I don't even remember. But yeah, I thought he was one of the easier ones to open up, wasn't he? I don't remember. I sincerely don't remember how to open him up. I'm surprised that I don't see people playing Hydreigon more often. I think the reason they don't play Hydreigon in Duel Links is because the decks are so small. Gotta draw my tribute. But I'm not gonna draw it because I never do. That's not my tribute. Go on, back row. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Ugh, had to do a lot of cleanup there, man. Too many cards. Man, you got 3 cards in your hand and none of them you could use? That sucks. Drowning! Not the drowning! That actually isn't so bad. Because now if I draw Hydreigon, I can pull them all back out again. So, could have been worse. At least it wasn't a wall. What happened to... I have no idea what happened to Bluskbar. I think Bluskbar went to go have lunch. Yeah, it's 11:36 and might maybe an early lunch, who knows. Your brother, ha ha ha. Who's your brother, ha ha ha? Ow! No, don't attack me with the Rexman. Blaze was playing spellbooks? What? Who's playing spellbooks here? Get out of here with that spellbooks. I'll throw a spellbook at your face, buddy. And you won't like it. The only good place for spellbooks is World of Warcraft. Then go use all the spellbooks you want. Spell bonks. Or spell bunks. What's with the N? Did you mean to put the N in there, or it's bunks? Bunks sounds like some odd toy that some of you might have had in the early 2000s. What do you mean, fine, I'll switch decks? Flaming. Spellbooks is meta, dude. Come on, that's you should know this, man. You've been here before. We don't run metas in Fun Duel Rooms. We just don't, man. Sorry. I know it's a tier 3 meta, but it is still a meta deck, man. Sorry. Ultra Evolution Pill. Wow. It's actually not the one I wanted to hit. Because that's his defensive card. Yep. Saw that coming. Blaze is like, I just want to win. It's not about winning and losing. It's about... I don't know. I don't know what the hell it's about anymore. I really don't. Yeah, and I'm not doing Meta Monday anymore, dude. I hate it. I hated it even when we first got started with it. The only reason why I did it was so that you all would be happy with it, because you all wanted it. Why would you attack? You know, okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Why is he attacking? He knows what's down there. You know it's going to have a bumped up defense. Come on, what are you doing, man? Did not want to draw this card, but... Yeah. And the last two games, I've just been rocking these Hydrogeddons, man. Of course, it didn't work out the last game. Doing for the fan. Well, the thing is I don't really have fans. I'm serious. I don't have fans, man. Y'all show up sometimes, and then sometimes you don't, and then other times y'all dox me like a certain somebody who I won't mention their name. Seriously, I'm not gonna. I don't even think they're here today. But yeah, somebody thought it'd be funny to dox me. I'm sure you all know what doxing is. Yeah, that was actually kind of unsettling that they did that to me. I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? It's like you don't say that stuff on a live stream. Don't ever do that. That's just not cool, man. If I volunteer my personal information, that's one thing. This person was going beyond that. Are there any dino cards in boxes? A few. But they're kind of scattered throughout some of the boxes here. What is this? Oh, it's an old meta deck. But yeah, they're kind of scattered about through the various boxes. Yeah, I've seen a few people run Gemini decks. Dan bought a Gemini deck in here a few weeks ago. Actually, it's probably about a month ago at least. Man, I ain't got no back row coming here, man. This is rough. No back row support. Ugh, still no freaking back row. Come on. Throw me a freaking bone here, man. Jeez. Come on. I got no defense coming here. You got your dream hand? I don't want to know what you do with your hand in your dreams. That's your business, man. That's all you, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna win. No, they've been here before. They haven't been here a long time, but they've been here before. You gotta go already. Ah, I question your commitment, Flaming. He's like, what? He's like, screw that, man. I want some food. Okay, I guess Bluscabar's not here. Dang it, Bluscabar. How could you leave us? You can't do that, man. Guess I just changed decks. Here, I'll play with another sort of weak deck that sometimes works for some reason. Okay, well, everybody else that's available right now, I've already dueled, and Bluscabar's not really here. I'm just getting food. Come on, Bluscabar, where are you, man? Maybe he had to go take care of his kid or something. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you all don't know this, but Bluscabar's got like 7 kids, man. Yeah, dude's crazy, man. He's a real ladies' man. Unfortunately, now between his 7 kids, he loses 94% of his paycheck. He works 100 hours a week. His take home, $17. You tell me, Tyler. I have no idea who beat you, man. While I'm waiting for this person to do their turn, I'm going to go check something. Let's see. And I see already my view counter is not working right. Come on, man. You're cheating me out of views, view counter. Don't get mad about the spike shield. The spike shield belongs in this deck. It is an integral part of the deck. It really is. Without spike shield, then the deck just doesn't work. And it's not based on what I just did here. It's, yeah. You all know. I mean, it's Weevil, and it's an insect deck. You all know what's coming. Apparently, we've got some problems with the connection here. Solo Safari. Solo Safari? Ah. Come on. Why do you want a DC? He didn't do it on purpose. I know that, but that stinks. I actually had a decent hand there. I could have done some interesting stuff there. But yeah, I got the DC going. That's unfortunate. Reminder to the people who have not normally come to the duel room on the weekend. Just a friendly reminder, we don't play metas. And this is the part of the show where I go and I tell you what the meta decks are. And this is not my opinion. This is actually, what Duel Links meta says. Hello, Artem. Nice of you to join us. Let me see. Duel Links meta. And there are a couple of other decks besides, I'll put it this way. There are a couple of other decks that actually aren't meta decks, but I still think they're so ridiculously strong that I won't play them against you guys. Meta weekend. Take that meta to the ladder, dude. Seriously, that's what I say. This is my stance on a duel room. Duel rooms are supposed to be for fun. That's just my idea. Unless you're doing a particular thing, or like maybe you put together a meta deck and you want to practice it specifically against a couple of friends, then yeah, sure, go, knock yourself out. Because at that point, it's understood that you're going to be playing your meta deck because you want to practice with it. Or if maybe there's a tournament and they're allowing the meta decks, then sure, that's great in the dorm. But in a fun duel room like this, I don't think they really have any place. I just don't. But anyways, let me see. I'm going to ghettoize this. And these right here are your metas. Guakimaru and Vampires are tier 1. Ancient Gears and Butterblader, yes, I call him Butterblader, are tier 2. Tier 3 is Karakuri. That deck, dude. Never mind. Tier 3 is also Sea Stealth Attack, so sorry. And Spell Books, to the person who was asking earlier. It's not meta? Yes, it is. It is. I'm sorry. It's meta. Now, you'll notice one glaring omission here, and that is there are no masked heroes here. Apparently, according to the evil council that is Duel Links meta, I'm kidding, but I think what they did was they just had to kind of get rid of the bloat. Plus, masked heroes had been considered meta for so long that they're like, okay, let's just get it out of here. Let's push it out. So yeah, masked hero, according to them, is not considered meta anymore. Even though it very easily gets people to King of Games still. I disagree. I humbly disagree with it not being meta, because based on how well it still does, compared to Kawakimaru, it can be a challenge, obviously. I've actually beaten Vampires several times with my Masked Hero. I've beaten both of these decks. I've beaten all of these decks with Masked Heroes. But the one I've probably had the most trouble with versus Masked Hero, or like using Masked Hero, was probably Ancient Gears. But yeah, the one thing I have a question on is this one, Karakuri. People have been defending this deck, and I have not seen anybody win with this deck yet. I just don't get it. Maybe I've just faced some terrible players who are trying to get this deck going. But yeah, and when you look at the deck, I've seen the deck, I've seen the cards, I see what they do. It seems like it would be a meta deck just because of all the support they recently got. I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe I've just faced some people who just didn't play the deck right, because I've never lost to this deck yet. And no, I'm not daring anybody right now, but I'm just saying, I just don't understand how this is considered tier over Masked Heroes. I just don't see it. This I can understand, because once you get the Sea Stealth combo, that thing is hard to get around. Same thing with Spellbooks. Again, they just, they're not nearly as strong as they used to be. But Butterblader, all these four right here, all the tier 1, the tier 2, and Sea Stealth Attack, I can see why those are metas. But I sincerely don't see why. Because for a while, this was actually considered tier 1 for a whole week. I was like, what? And then it dropped down to tier 2. And now it's down to tier 3. I think it's going to go away. it just doesn't have the same power as some of these other, like Lavels. I saw somebody playing Lavels the other day. These are actually pretty amazing. If you play the deck right, it's actually not bad. If anything, I see excuse me, I see Karakuri going away and Lavels jumping in and taking their place. Atomic's like, why? Why are you using Yubel against me? Well, technically you can use Yubel in a duel room, but, you know. But again, same thing. You know, as far as, like I was saying, I still think Masked Heroes are a very strong deck. I see no reason for them to be kicked out of the top 3 meta. I just don't see it. I don't understand. It's definitely stronger than Karakuri. Definitely stronger. Possibly stronger than Spellbooks. And like I said, I've beaten Vampires and Kawaki Maru with it. So I don't understand why it's not the meta anymore. But anyways, in case you all were wondering if there's meta is not some arbitrary list that I just come up with on the fly. It's an actual thing. for those people who haven't been playing very long, or that kind of stuff. Let's see. Get rid of that. You're tearing this room up with Geminis. That's mean. You shouldn't do that, dude. Do I go into your house and destroy your room? Anyways, let me change out decks. I didn't like the way that deck was playing. Who can we use? Who have I not used in a while? Oh, that's right. Oh, I can play this dude. Again, I haven't updated this deck in a long time, but we'll play with him. The one and only Psychic Duelist. Urshber. Oh, there's Bloskabar now. Actually, I don't think this deck will match up well against Bloskabar. The current deck that he's playing right now. Unless he changed. We'll see. But let's get some matches in. We are now past the 1 hour mark, in case you all are counting. Atomic, you need to cut that out, man. This doesn't sound right. You want me to finish you? It doesn't sound right, man. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Just a reminder, Dre, my name is not Slim. I am far from Slim. Why? Who have a perverted mind? I like how he spelled mind. M-I-N-E-D. That's funny. Man, look at that backfield. No, Dre, my name is Richard. That's it. There's nothing special about it. It's just Richard. Minesweeper. I still don't know how to play Minesweeper. I don't think anybody really knows how to play Minesweeper. Like, it's one of those things that just kind of got lost in time. Just eat the 8, dude. It's not worth burning a trap card on this early. Yeah, I was saying, just eat. It's 800, dude. It's not... if you were down to like 16, then yeah, you burn the trap, but not at this point. I don't know what Unga Bunga is. Ah, you're playing aliens. Not the aliens! And I don't have much. And this is not my standard Royd deck that I use. This is a different one. So I'm not going to be drawing some of the cards that may actually help me at this point. Yeah, I don't think I can win. Sorry. I'm just going to end the duel. I can't win. So it's pointless to go on. Not with this deck. Like I was saying, this deck does not match up well against Bleskabar's deck. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I have no idea who this person is. Let me see. Is there another deck that is better? Let me think. No. I really don't know who to use, man. Restart? What deck is this? I almost never use restart. What deck is this? I really don't know what deck this is. Huh. What is... Oh, I know why I built this. This was just to farm for a bit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm not using that. Let's see. I guess we'll go with her. Oh, the week reset. Oh, speaking of which, we get the pack today. Yeah, we the new campaign thing, we get a pack. So I'm going to actually just restart the game, and we'll see what we get out of the pack. Historically, I've not gotten anything good out of the pack. Who is Yugioh to Jaden? In the anime, she was a dual spirit that I don't really want to say haunted Jaden when he was a child, but was kind of there and kept him company. But she started doing really shady things like murdering people. So, and it's a card that he had when he was a child. And so after she murdered so many people, he thought it was a good idea to do something about it. So somehow, some way, this child convinced Kaiba Corp to take his Yugioh card. I'm not making this up. This is 100% true. He somehow convinced Kaiba Corp to take his Yugioh card and launch it into space, never to be returned to the Earth. I'm not kidding. That sounds completely made up, but it's not. Well, you have to remember, though, in GX, the whole dual spirit thing was kind of big. Like with Karibo and all that other stuff, yeah. And Yugioh was another dual spirit. I don't want to spoil the entire story for you, in case you haven't... I mean, it sounds to me like you've not watched GX, so... Oh, he won a contest? Oh, okay. Thank you, Moni. I wasn't paying that much attention to it. Well, maybe that's... Well, see, that's the thing. In the English version, they may have said that, but in the original Japanese version, it didn't say anything about any kind of contest. King Pyron. Who's this dude? Oh, it's a Gemini monster. Speaking of Geminis. Once per turn, you can deflect 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. Oh, wow. But it's a tribute monster. Ally of Justice. We already had that card. And Witch Doctor. Well, I guess I got a new card out of that. Yeah, it's a normal monster, though. I'm fairly certain everybody else is going to get it, too. So yeah, it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of who Yugioh is. And then eventually, Yugioh is kind of summoned back to Earth. Some guy, I think what happens is somehow, some way, Yugioh is able to infect the mind of some random dude. Or not, maybe not random. He did have some power to him. But eventually he starts going around and collecting dual essence or something like that. And once he has collected so much dual essence. Yes, this is real. Once he collects so much dual essence, he would essentially be able to summon Yubel. And he gets really, really close. But then he fails. But then right as he fails, enough of Yubel or something had been accumulated to the point where it was able to infect the mind of a small child. And that child was able to get the rest of the dual essence. And it's a ridiculous story. It really is. I mean, when you really break it down, it is the most... It's like, really? It's like, what were the writers on, dude? How high were they when they wrote that story? Hey, let's make a dual spirit and put her in a card, and then she goes around murdering people. What? Yeah, she can murder people. He's like, well, that doesn't sound fun. It doesn't matter. Let's have her murder people. But yeah, that was that whole. The only thing that I don't like, I mean, the Yubel storyline, for all its ridiculousness, is actually kind of fun. The only thing that makes it hard to get through is the fact that they span it out over. I mean, just from the moment Yubel is introduced and to the point where you actually get to see the character, it's like 30 episodes. I may be a little high on that as far as how many episodes. Maybe it's 25, but it's a lot of episodes. So they tease you. Oh my God, what a starting hand. So they tease you for a good 5 months before you even get to see the character. But then again, they do, for some reason, the writers of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decide they like to do that stuff. Like, what was it, Bakura? Yeah, Bakura. Initially, you first hear of the evil Bakura, what is it, in like episode 7 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters? And you don't get to actually see what it is that they're trying to do until like episode like 200. It's like it's literally like 200 episodes later that you finally get to see what their motivation is and all that. Well, geez, can I draw a frickin' card or a frickin' monster here? I'm not drawing monsters. But yeah, it took like 2 episodes before we found out what Bakura's deal was. It was just so dirty. Trying to think, was there anyone else that it took forever for them to kind of show what they were trying to do? Okay, well, I'm not drawing. Apparently, I'm not going to draw any monsters this entire duel because funsies. I can't draw a single freaking monster. Jeez, come on. Yeah, I lost. I couldn't draw a monster. I drew no monsters. 0. God, that was terrible. It's like, nah, we're not going to give you any monsters now. Oh man, I gotta sneeze. Should probably take my allergy medication. Dre, I drew no monsters. 0 monsters. Not even a defensive monster. Nothing. Oh, now I draw some monsters, huh? Nope. Wasn't playing all traps. I just couldn't draw a monster. To be fair, there aren't a lot of monsters in this deck. But you'd think I'd draw at least one. Well, that ended quickly. Anyways, moving on. I know. I've noticed that. That's like the third person that I've seen in the room so far that's running Dragoonity one-turn kill. And as a reminder, guys, we don't like one-turn kills here. Yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent earlier about that. So what do people do? I'm going to play my one-turn kill deck. Man, I was going to play this person and somebody else jumped on the table. Dang it. Okay, apparently I'm not playing that person either. Well, apparently I'm not playing anybody. Here, we'll play versus Sanitarium. There are no style points here, buddy. Just so you'll know, Tyler. You don't get any extra for style points. No, you're not. Tyler is not sorry. We're going to start throwing bananas at you soon. The next time you say sorry, we're going to throw bananas at you. Everybody throw bananas. Hurry. He really wants to protect one of these cards. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can pay 100 life points to special summon one psychic type monster from your hand. Return one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck and target one monster your opponent controls. One face-up Gusto monster you control. Switch control of both monsters. I know, right? People keep running no TKs in a fun deck room. Come on, man. That's not fun. And again, it comes to the argument with fun for me. Yeah, but it's not fun for us, and it's not fun for people to watch. It's just not, dude. I'm sorry. You can be as angry as you want. It is not fun to watch that. But you also have to remember, Maroon, is that sometimes people will share the dual room number, but people won't even be aware of the stream, and so they have no idea what the rules are. They just know that it's a room. That's pretty much it. Planetarium. Dun, 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 dun. Leave me be. Down, 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 down. Sorry. There's a song called Sanitarium by Metallica. Just made me think of the song. The dual room number. The dual room number, Mr. Monet. See, that's the interesting thing. I don't know if it's Moni or Money, or is it Moni or Money? I've never asked. I've just always called you Moni. Like Moni. I say, yeah. Okay, I think Grr is gone. Yeah, they may not be here. Somebody's way down here. Atomic Drool. I don't know who this is. I never know who any of these people are. Okay, apparently they're not there either. I guess I'll sit on table 6. Gray name and Slayer. Okay. The way I say it is correct. Well, I said it 2 different ways. I said it 2 different ways. Come on, man. You got to tell me. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I was going to go and buy a pack for no reason. The first way. Was there? Oh, yeah. I wanted to try and get another Sphere Karibo, but I forgot. It's out of a big box. Do I really want to dig into this box to try and get a Sphere Karibo? The thing is, I have a ticket that I can use to get a Sphere Karibo if I really wanted it. There are other decent cards in here, but yeah. I don't think I should waste gems. Because, I mean, I've already gotten multiples of a lot of these cards. And I don't want to get any more. Yeah. I mean, the ticket's just sitting there as it is. The Yomi ship I would actually like to get. I still don't have a Yomi ship. I like how they changed the name of that card. Here, we'll get a pack from here. The chances of me getting Yomi ship are pretty small, but what the heck. We'll try to get the Yomi ship. Nope, no Yomi ship here. Bubonic Vermin. I remember when people actually used to play that card, man. Back in the day, man, in the TCG, searcher cards like that were prized. People used to run like Mystic Tomatoes and Mother Grizzlies and stuff like that. It was great because it could thin your deck really quickly. Okay, one more pack and then I'm just going to say no. Yeah, nothing out of this one either. Except a Star Boy. Alright, no more of that. I think the Yomi ship and the Sphere Kuriboh were the only two cards I kind of really wanted. Just because a second Sphere Kuriboh would really help in a deck that I'm messing around with. Yeah, there's really nothing else I need from these boxes. Gaia Genesis, was there anything in here that I wanted? Let's see, Drowning I already got. I've only got... Oh, I've got 2 Galaxies. Okay, never mind. I don't need a second one of those then. Only got... Well, not that I would need another Sandman anyway. I don't care about that card. Yeah, really nothing in here that I'd want. I already got plenty of Snowmans. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. And then from the new box, there was nothing I wanted. Oh, that's right. I think I even did it live on stream when I opened, what, like 10 packs, and I got I got so many freaking cards. I got like 3 ultra rares and 3 super rares. It was so stupid. All right, enough of that. Let's get back to duels. Going back to the duel room, man. Because we only got 30 minutes, and then I'm going to go away. There's Moni Baroni with the dog. Look at that. Look at that dog. Look at that Korg. That's a Corgi. Arr, arr. Does Moni really have a Corgi? Find out tonight. Oh, he's running Mind Scan. Anytime somebody plays Pegasus, I immediately assume they're playing Mind Scan. Oh, he's running Restart. Okay. And he's using it. The only thing I'm not crazy about with this deck is that there's not a lot of backfield support. I mean, eventually these monsters could destroy backfield, but like from the get-go, it doesn't have any backfield. Like it doesn't have any cosmics or anything like that. Of course I gotta do it, man. I gotta destroy him. Or at least force the activation. Oh, wow. Why didn't you burn the wall? You knew it was going to go away. I would have just burned the wall. I guess maybe he was hoping I would hit the other card. Oh, I would have burned the controller too, instead of eating that, because then you would have still had the wall. Or maybe he was hoping he was going to draw something. I still don't know what he's running. He's only, so far we've only seen a wall and an enemy controller. And a restart, that's it. Oh, he's running tunes. Wow, he's bricking pretty hard, though, if he was running tunes. Got that Toon World going now. Tuned summon lull. Sorry, man, I gotta get rid of that Toon World. Can't leave that sucker on the field. But that stays because it's face down. Where's Toon Kingdom? Maybe he's not drawing it. He did start kind of bricky. He didn't get any monsters that he could bring out very easily. Yeah, he started pretty brick there. His restart didn't help him either, because he started with a brick, so he used his restart, and unfortunately the restart didn't give him a better hand. And so not only did he have to burn his restart, but because of the restart he couldn't draw. So he was he was in a hard place there for, pretty much from the beginning of the duel. You don't have Toon Kingdom, but you still wanted to play Toons. Okay. Play whatever you like, sir. Mugen. And look, there's 16 people in the room and hardly anybody at tables. I think people just kind of left the room. I wish whenever people would turn their game off, it would immediately take them out of the room. Just because that happens so often, where they'll leave the game, but they still take up a slot within the room. That stinks. You're just glad you managed to summon a Toon. Well, you got two Toons. You got Mermaid, and then you got Summon Skull. But yeah, Toon Kingdom is definitely going to help you out there. But I already played you, Bluscabar. I already played you twice. One of them you DC'd on me. Not on purpose, but it was a DC nonetheless. Aroma strategy. Look at that. They already got brains going here, man. How do we want to do this? I use it occasionally, but not all that much. I do have some monsters there in the extra deck though. I just find that it's when it comes to Glad Beasts, I just find there's much more benefit in most cases to letting them all attack so that you get 3 effects. You know, instead of just doing the I mean, like right now I could probably do this. You know, I could bring something now if I wanted to. Like I could bring this guy. Just to get a nice big beater out there. Or I could even bring this dude. Let's do this dude. Let me send back this and this. So there you go. Yes, we finally did get what you were asking for there. Yeah, once they saw I was removing their monster, they were like, oh crap, I'm in trouble. Good duel, sir. I don't think they started with a great hand either. Because they didn't have any backfill, but then again, that is a hazy deck, and hazies don't tend to have backfills. So there you go. Kiru over on Twitch says face. Kiru! Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Let's see. Soul of Scar and that's not an I because it's got that little thing down here. I forget exactly what character that is, but it's not an I. I don't know why do people do that, especially in a game like this where names can be duplicated. You can actually put your own name down there, but people do this. I don't get it. Yeah. Well, I am on table 4. And let's see, where's everybody else? Atomic Ghoul and Mugen are down there. And they sure are taking their sweet time with my pack. My luck, I'm going to have the same person who delivered my Sunday pack last time, and they're just going to throw it at my door. I think I told... Oh, well, yeah, I kind of... I think I told you all that, because the first time... In fact, that video that I did a couple weeks ago about how UPS destroyed my package, and so I got them to replace it. Or I didn't get UPS to replace it, I got Amazon to replace it, which I imagine they're going to go after UPS for. And then my replacement got mailed over, and the mail carrier, instead of actually delivering it to me and handing it to me, they just threw it at my door. I live on the 2nd floor, mind you. So yeah, I live on the 2nd floor, and the item that I was having delivered to me was glass. It was a glass product, and they just flung it up, threw it at my door, all the way up to the 2nd floor. And I was like, "Are you kidding me, man?" It was just like, "Come on." I was like, "Why do you want to do that? What's this thing do?" If you control a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one spell card, blah, 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 destroy. Okay. What is that, a 5 defender? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Don't waste the card. But he did. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's a drowning. Well, now I know what he has down there. That sucks. This is really my only move. Go on, use it. You know you want to. Look at all those Canadians. That's insane. How do I want to do this? Does it really matter? Yeah, it does matter. Well, I lost. Yeah, wasn't drawn too well there. Let's see. Oh, Scar and Scar and Bless are already facing each other. Estravo. Let me change my deck. I haven't changed my deck in a little bit. Let me see. What can I use here? Let's go with something a bit more fun. We'll go with this. Let's see, where are you? There you are. Calm yourself, Tyler. You're not that good. You're facing a bunch of fun decks. Not the greatest starting hand. This is not a good starting hand at all. I do not like getting this thing in my starting hand. Oh, screw that. I'm not facing windups. I'm not facing windups now. I'm not doing that. Sorry, dude. I'm not facing windups. Well, yeah, nobody else is in the room. I guess we've played everybody. And I still have that dang thing in my... Actually, hold on. What's his name up? He only shows up on that one spot, right? Oh, he's not even there. Aw, man. Well, heck. What deck should I use to get... Well, I can't even really... Well, I can face him once, right? Oh, no, it's 40, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have enough of the little tokens. Oh, crap. Well... Since I don't have enough... Oh, that's right. This is dual monsters. Never mind. I didn't even switch over to GX. All right. Where is he? Yeah, I know, Maroon. I figured that out. There he is. Let's see. Who was I using against him? I think I was using her. Him. Whatever it is. Interestingly enough, I was actually having some really good luck running this deck versus him. Maroon, we need to let that die. Seriously, please let it die. The whole Nevamis thing, it was never funny. It was just, yeah. It wasn't good, dude. Kind of like my starting hand here. This is terrible. This is a terrible starting hand. Ugh, and he's already breaking out Lost World. Ugh, this is gonna get ugly. Well, he can't attack directly with the Rex, so I guess I'm gonna use it against this thing. Well, let's see. We have a choice here. I really need to get rid of that thing. And I might have to burn a dark core on it. Damn. I have to take the chance here. I know I'm not going to get the Phoenix effect, but I want to hold on to you, Belle. So we're... Oh, no, I just remembered. Damn it. Hold on. Well, so much for that idea. I forgot about Rex's effect. Well, that just stinks. And of course, I pulled the wrong Fire King monster. Ugh, this is just ugly. Yeah, this is not good. Well, thanks for the brick, you Belle. Thanks for the brick, man. I'm all, hey, I've been doing really well with this. Nope, not this time. Belle's like, I'm not going to give you anything. Oh, shut up. Grassholeberry. That's right, his name is Grassholeberry. Play 5 PvP duels. I don't understand how I got that. Oh crap, I still need 40. Well, I guess I need a duel like a random person then. Alright, come on, we gotta get 40 of these. I want to face him at least one time, and then we can say goodbye for the day. And then I can start wondering where the heck my package is. She's late today, man. Usually gets here by noon. 45 minutes late. What are we doing here? Oh yeah. Again, not a great starting hand. Thank you. Sweet Christ, man. Wasn't getting my combo. When it works, it looks nice, doesn't it? But when it doesn't work, it looks terrible. I actually did not want to draw that guy. Oh, look at this guy with the Dragon Champion. Oh, and the Spiral Spear Strike. Yeah, I'll eat that. Doesn't matter. I'm waiting for the comment now. Hey, look, bonus dinosaur fossils earned. 0. That's awesome. Thanks, Konami. Like, we're just going to put it up there, you know, just to make it seem weird. All right. All right, Mr. Hasselberry. I got to get at least one win against you using this frickin' Yubel deck. Well, this got interesting. Now I have a choice to make here. I can bring either the Phoenix or the second Yubel. I think I'll bring the second Yubel first. I think the most glorious time that I've had with this deck was I got the level 12 out. My opponent actually destroyed it, but then I drew into Yubel level 10 and was able to bring it all back and to get the level 12 back out again. That was pretty glorious. Dang it. Well, let's go ahead and burn the combo here. Let's do this. We're going to send the Phoenix now. I'm going to bring this guy. Nice way to clear the backfield there. Now we got the level 12. And now I can bring this. And the cool thing is I get the Phoenix back next turn now. So that'll work. This right here is what happens when Yubel deck just works. Yeah, see now I get my Phoenix back. I got the whole combo going. He didn't have any backfield that time, but yeah, that's beautiful right there. That is what you want. To be able to get the Yubel on the field there, and oh, he has 0 attack. Are you serious? Come on. That's funny, man. Yubel level 12 was unable to destroy that monster because it had 0 attack. You don't see that often. No, I'm not going to add Blue Phoenix because that totally, it completely changes the deck. No, I'm not doing that. That's a different deck type altogether. $20 duels against Tyranno. Let me see. How many of those tokens do I have? Only 134. I thought I had more. Apparently not. Well, look, I still need a lot more, apparently, to get Stega Cyber. Everything else I think I... Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to get more Jurassic Worlds. I guess I better start farming. Because he's only here till the 7th, right? And today's the 3rd? So yeah, I probably need to work on that. But all these other cards, I don't really care. Mega Zowler. Space-Time Transcendence. Banish two or more dinosaur monsters from your graveyard. Special summon 1 dinosaur-type monster from your hand or graveyard whose level equal the total level of those banished. Oh, but it cannot attack this turn. Raise body heat. Yeah, I'd really like to get that Stega Cyber. He seems interesting. But I think that's going to do it for the day, guys. I am going to go and probably make myself some lunch. And as for you guys, I don't know, man. Go do whatever y'all want. Except for Tyler. Tyler can go eat a banana. That's right, Tyler. You go eat a Boojin banana. Tyler's like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know what a Boojin banana is. What about a banana-rama? You ever think about that? A banana-rama? Tyler's like, really? I have no idea. Boojin, I think, is well, no, Boojin's actually not a made-up word. Hold on. I gotta look this up now. Man, come on, man. Boojin, well, I'm trying to remember what Boojin actually means. The Japanese feudal military aristocracy. A professional warrior belonging to this class. Japanese warrior from old Japanese samurai. Interesting. Okay, so that's what Boojin means. Well, there you go. So it's not a made-up word. It is actually real. So now we know. Now we know what Boojin actually means, which is amazing. Until then, guys, keep an eye out for Uno streams this week. I don't know if I'll actually do one, but I might. You never know. We'll see. We'll see. Until then, guys, be nice to each other and go and eat lots of bananas.